It has been about a year and a half since this particular Onewheel XR has gotten its railguards, bumpers, float plates, and tire. Now, of course, there is no timeline for changing the parts of a board aside from either something breaking or you simply wanting to. In this case, the tire was actually mostly fine and probably had another 100 miles on it or so, but it ended up going to my friend Paul, who wanted to try it out. On that note, the first thing that was actually done here was a tire change. Paul is the go-to guy in New York City since he can pretty much change a tire barehanded in less than 10 minutes. Doesn't even have to unplug the motor. This is the Hoosier 11 by 6.0 6-inch rim in D10A rubber compound. It's a great tire that you can find pretty much anywhere and my favorite one for this board. Review on this tire is coming soon, so make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content. This isn't always practical for everyone, but an air compressor has become something I use regularly to clean the board and inflate tires. Aside from the tire use, using an air compressor to get off dirt and dust is one of the best ways to make sure you're not tracking excess debris into the home. If you're able to own one, I highly recommend it. It cleans everything from grip tape to around the boxes and can keep contamination from sitting on your bearings. If you can't own a compressor, a big can of compressed air will also work.
This video is sponsored by me. That's right. It takes a lot to make these videos, and if any of my content has either inspired or helped you in any way, I would love for you to consider supporting me on Patreon, as well as taking a look at any of the stuff that's in my web store. Occasionally I put up merch, creative projects, DIY builds, and just random stuff. Every little bit helps, and I would love your support. So please consider supporting the channel any way you can. And now, back to the video.
Now, onto the grip tape. Grip tape erasers are very popular, but I have found that a heavy-duty scrub brush does just as well, and in some cases even better. Especially for coarse grip tape like this Float Life grip or Craft & Ride's even coarser stuff. Let the board dry out if there's some mud and just scrub all the dirt off. It even works for the rest of the board. For stubborn dirt, spritz on some Windex and scrub that off as well. It does come right off, and you probably already have something like Windex sitting around the house. And the scrub brush is a good thing to have in your home anyway. Now, what about the rail guards? Now, this was not my idea. I saw it somewhere on Facebook. I can't remember where, so I apologize to the person who posted it first. The Future Motion rail guards have some of the most obnoxious adhesive. If you ever take them off, you'll see what I'm talking about. What works decently well is taking a drill loaded with something like this barbecue skewer I cut down and rolling the adhesive around it. It'll catch, and you can slowly wind it onto the stick while it peels itself off. Going slowly, you can usually get most of it. If that doesn't work well, or you are taking off something like Float Life Sidekicks, then I recommend this next thing, the 3M Stripe-Off Wheel. The Stripe-Off Wheel is meant for taking decals off, but it does work well for essentially erasing off adhesives. Put it on a drill, and that is it. It does make a bit of a mess, mostly from eraser dust, but you can get rid of all of that using an air compressor. If you're changing out parts on your board, I've found it's an easier time if you leave the rail protection as the last thing to do. It makes it easier to align them between bumpers and anything else that may get in the way.
All right, here's a bit of a tip for those of you that may be using balance board parts on your Onewheel after you're kind of going into cleaning and refreshing it. And here's a real quick tip. The two screws here on a standard bumper are these, I believe these are 1/4 inch or 3/16. They're these very short screws. These probably look familiar. These are the ones that go right here. However, I have found that it is much easier should you be using different parts, balance board parts on your board, to use these. These are the 1/2 inch screws. So these are a bit longer, but they do thread in and they do work, and they're a bit easier to get working on that piece if you are using different kinds of parts as you Frankenstein your board together. So I wanted to point that out, certainly worth noting. All the parts are back on, looking pretty decent. Rails are still bare, and actually it looks pretty good as is, but I am going to put some Sidekicks on there, plain black, and then it'll be complete. Now the Sidekicks are actually super old school. These have been in storage for I think close to 2 years now. And so I never got around to using them because I had the Future Motion rail guards on, and I am not putting another set of those back on. So I am actually putting Sidekicks on for a nice plain black look. However, the underside rail covers are actually some leftovers from a Future Motion railguard set. So these are clear, and these are going to go on the bottom. They do fit between these bumpers, not a problem there, but everything else is going to be a very plain black Sidekick setup.
Once all of that is done, you should have a nice, clean, refreshed, or made-over board that's ready for more use. If you have any cleaning tips that you think are helpful, please put them in the comments below. I usually don't clean my board all that often, and I'm sure you've got good tips that would help me and others. If you're not familiar with bang bumpers, they're a new model of bumper that was designed for use on the Float Life balance board. If you can fit these on your board, then you really don't need something like float plates covering the stock bumpers. My orange bumpers cracked through when the board fell out of my car trunk. The float plates and screws kept everything functional, but I wanted to try something else that wasn't cracked. These new bits are quite nice, and they behave a bit differently when doing tail drags. They skid a bit more, and I think it's because they're meant to be more slick due to the material. And also they're a slight bit thinner than the combo of bumper and float plate, so it feels like the tail has a bit more travel to the ground when braking. Are these essential? Not really, but they are quite cool and a fun thing to try out if you're into using parts outside of their intended purpose, and I'm all about that. Many thanks to the Float Life for sending these out.
Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that video. This is your second reminder to leave a like, and be sure to subscribe because in the next video, we're going to open up a chai battery quart, find some interesting and surprising things, and rebuild it from scratch. As always, thank you for your viewership, and don't fall.